shut up. Not this time. Hands on heart, eyes up high. We were made to testify. Charlie and Mike. Charlie and Mike. God and country. We stand right. Truth on fire. We won't hide. USA, USA, side by side. Let them hear us clear and loud. One small voice can move a crowd. Charlie and Mike. Charlie and Mike. God and country. We stand right. Truth on fire. We won't hide. USA, USA, side by side.
All right. How y'all doing? This is Charlie and Mike, and what is it? Welcome conversationalists from across the land. Ode to Rush Limbaugh. How y'all doing today as we come live to you, bringing us the conversation and the potential spam on the phone? I mean, how fun is that? Sometimes on my show, I'll answer it. Welcome to the Patriot.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's a good. I love that. That's a good idea.
They never say anything, but I do that though. For some reason, I don't know. You're live. What you got?
I've called politicians before and put their voicemails and their messages and so on the air.
There you go.
Hey, I'm out here in California. Guess what it's like here right now?
Nazi Germany. Well, there's that.
Yep, that's life in Cali right now, my friend. Hello, welcome. It's great to be back. I got to see you and Jeff Lockington, Pastor Lockington, last week. It was so funny after a 13-hour day on base, on post. And can't say where, when, or why, but I know
what you was doing. You was playing G.I. Joe in the woods, dressed like a tree.
That's right, for the Army State Guard. And it's so funny. I decided, well, I'm going to tune in and see what the show looks like. And I watched it on my little phone, laying in my bunk, waiting for lights out. And I got to watch you guys watch the whole dang show. It was kind of cool. It was surreal. Yeah.
I thought Jeff did a pretty good job. That was fun.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Better than you, actually. You might
probably.
Letting him fill in for you.
We're talking low bars, At the convention I was at this week for Nueva, they had a little karaoke party, whatever, and they did the limbo thing.
Most Americans call it karaoke. Yeah,
I know. I call it karaoke because that's what it would be like if I was singing.
Croaky. Yeah, got
it. So they was like, oh, do the limbo thing. I'm 6'4". 260 pounds, 55 pounds, whatever it is today. I'm not doing the limbo. I mean, I'm slightly disadvantaged. Anyways, it's fun times. Good times.
You're telling me you didn't try it? Is that what you're saying? I'm so disappointed.
No limbo for me.
I'm so disappointed.
I know. I'll let the young kids do that. I'll just watch from a distance.
Okay. All right. So how are things in the United States of America outside of California?
Well, in free country out here in where we're broadcasting, Radio Free California, it's great. Everything's awesome. We're getting rid of all those districts. A whole bunch of folks like what's his name? Al Green is no longer going to be in Congress. Did you? I didn't even bring this one up. Did you see him? Did you see his deal?
Tell me you have it.
I have it. I have to get to it, but I have it.
Boy. Hey, let's bring up the chat. By the way, everybody in the chat right now, we appreciate you so much. I've come to. It's funny when I was getting to watch the show last week that I wasn't actually on. I'm getting to read the chats for the first time, getting to know you all better, and it was a lot of fun. That's a cool feature. I love it. So thank you. Welcome. The chat room is open.
The chat is the best. Let's see. We got Rubio here. He is right here. We'll do yours first though, because you're doing Choose the News again, right? Correct?
We had fun 2 weeks ago. We debuted it, Choose Charlie's News, where I throw out 3 different things I could possibly talk about, and then Mike does his first story, and then we come back and see what the results are as to which story you want me to do.
So what are the choices? A, B, or C today? What choices do you have for people to choose?
All right, here we go. Election fraud in California.
Yeah, I got that. Let me write that down. I might forget.
Yep. The second one is fraudulent elections in California.
Okay. Yeah.
And the third one is stealing the elections in California. Those are the 3 choices there.
So we have a choice between election fraud in California, election theft in California, and how crooked and screwed up and screwed up the elections are in California. Basically,
those are the 3 choices there. So let us know what you think.
What does Charlie want to talk about today? I don't know.
I'm furious. I'm laughing through my pain, but I'm really livid as to what I'm seeing going on. But I believe there is a light at the end of the tunnel. I'll share that with you coming up. Oh, sorry, Spike. I just hit my dog. In the nose. Come on, Spike. Please come up. Please come up.
So what I was just talking about a minute ago is Al Green, not the singer, but the congressman from Texas, who no longer has a seat because the Supreme Court ruled that you can't make up districts based on race. So the only reason he exists is because there's a district somewhere in Texas based on race, and it's gone now. And then they combined a primary with somebody else, and he lost because nobody wants this guy. Anyways, so they're having a hearing, and it's Mullen, Secretary Mullen of Department of Homeland Security, and it kind of got a little off the rails. Let's see here. Let's put it back here. There we go. A little off the rails. Listen to this.
A racist, Mr. Secretary, would do what happened to Ruby.
Are you calling me a racist?
A racist.
I'm asking a question.
Reclaiming my time. Ask him to shut up.
Shut up.
Ask him to shut up.
Shut up. It's my time.
I'm not going to let anybody call me a racist, Chairman.
I never called him a racist. It's my time.
It is, gentlemen. Will suspend.
You will not
suspend.
Tell him to shut up.
Gentlemen, suspend. No, the gentleman will suspend.
Tell him to shut up. He's a racist. I didn't call you a racist, you racist. Jeez.
Al Green is such a filthy pig. Just a rude, obnoxious, arrogant. That's what would happen like if Ike and Tina Turner decided to run for office, and then Ike actually progressed up and won elections. That's the Ike Turner of government.
The Ike Turner.
Hey, Spike. Spike's made an appearance. He wanted you all to see his Kamala Harris button.
Oh man. So
come on, that's funny.
Kamala Harris. Anyways, so I got one more video in regards to that. Let me see if I can find it here real quick. It is the Marco Rubio had hearings, and boy, somebody's making all kinds of racket outside. I hope you can't hear that. Sounds like they're weed eating right outside my window, which would be cool. Then I don't have to do it. But no, Marco Rubio was being interviewed, or being whatever they do up there in Congress, and they were being just as rude to him. And I am not finding the post. I was just thinking about it, and I thought I could get to it. Oh, here it is, right here. And so here's a montage of Marco Rubio's greatest hits during his hearing.
Good. I love that
Add
guy.
it to the screen.
Not once did you mention Ukraine. when you were prioritizing the achievement that's there. Now let me go on.
Tried to stay under
Let me
5
go
minutes.
on. Oh, you tried to stay. Yeah, please.
If I
It's
can
not
answer
funny.
that.
It's not funny, Secretary. Now,
What's not funny
in
is
Iran
that-
now.
Well, you don't.
In
this is
Iran
when you
now,
can't even
I
answer
reclaim
questions
my
here.
time. I reclaim my time.
Yeah, I'll
Yes
warn
or
you
no?
right now. I don't do yes or no answers.
Yeah,
So if
well,
you-
I
these
only
are
have
complex
5 minutes.
questions.
I know when
Well,
you
so
were
do
the
I.
senator, you know
I
about
never
this
did yes or
business,
no answers.
and I know you're trying to go out so that you can run out my 5 minutes. That's a simple
I'm not
question.
run out your 5 minutes. You're running out your 5 minutes.
And just like you couldn't admit that the shoes the president bought you were too big, you clearly don't know what winning means. And not because the facts are unclear to you, it's because telling the truth would cost you your job. And the American people are entitled to a Secretary of State who tells them the truth even when the president doesn't want to hear it. And my constituents, our service members, deserve better. Mr. Chairman, I yield back.
I don't know what shoes she's talking about. What is she talking about? Hijacked.
I reclaim my time. Work with me.
Well, it isn't going to work with me either. And what you're saying is propaganda. Of the aid flow into Hamas's hands.
Reclaiming my time. The aid was ordered by Israel, and you know it.
Your rules here. You can't even answer a question.
And giving contracts
Can I
is
borrow your
exactly
time
the
to
reason
answer?
why you shut down USAID. So practice what you preach. I yield my
Oh, she gets to scream now too? Why is she leaving? I'm going to
Screen out too.
I will.
Oh, she's go. Okay, I got it. Well, thank you for coming.
Why is she leaving? I'll ask her some questions.
I love how arrogant they are, and I love men and women with guts to actually call them on it. That is so beautiful. That is one thing that they do. They take their 5 minutes and C-SPAN changed everything. Absolutely changed everything.
Yep.
C-SPAN has turned it into one big show, and these morons get up there and they've got their 5 minutes, and all they do is pontificate about how awful Trump is. It might not even be of what they're talking about. They'll go on for 5 minutes, and then at the very end, ask some leading question, never even ask a question. That's what Marco Rubio, Secretary Rubio, was doing, was disrupting that beautifully.
Yes. And, the other thing is too, that I don't remember every single senator or congressman going, reclaiming my time.
Reclaiming
I don't
my time.
remember. It was Maxine Waters who did that back in the day. And it famously is like nobody did that, but she did that.
Yeah.
Now they all do it. All of them are
Yes.
reclaiming my time. It's like, come on.
Because they're
let the guy
amazingly
answer the
stupid.
question.
They think they know the Robert's Rules of Order, and they saw somebody else say that, so now they're going to say it because it worked for that other goofball. It's hilarious. It is such a circus. It's turned into such a circus.
Oh, it is
hasn't it?
getting more desperate, and more desperate by the minute. And Marco was using his discombobulator in the comment. That was Marine in the comments. Says Marco was using his discombobulator.
I'm looking back at the comments in the chat room there. Good evening, Charlie and Mike. Hello, Ella. Thank you very much for tuning in, and share these shows with your friends, would you please? That'll help us grow this Tuesday night thing. If you like it, let others know about it. And if you really want to help with the algorithms, you hit that like button right now. Ting. You hit that like button, and that makes a difference. That makes a huge difference. And if you comment, not just in the chat room here, but you comment below, that makes a difference too. But it's got to be more than 5 words. So it's got to be 6 words or more. Otherwise, they count it as a bot. That's the stupid stuff that we have to put up with. We conservatives in the alternate media, or what do they call us? Not alternate. What is it? What are we again?
I don't know.
We're not the mainstream media. We're the
numbskull media. No, I mean
that's it. That's it. Yeah, that's it.
The alt-right media. Well, I don't know what they call. What are the influencers?
We're the alternative media.
We're the alternative to the alternative media. That it is.
Exactly.
That's what we are.
Yeah, because we're not even part of the alternative media now, are we? Especially since we're not joining the ranks of Alex Jones, Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens, Peter, what's his name? Scott. Anyway, all these people that were great and had huge numbers, huge audiences, are suddenly switching and flipping against the president, our president, in dramatic ways. and against Israel and blaming the Jews for everything.
Well,
The
it is,
Ashkenazi Jews, the Armenian Jews, the orange Jews, the grapefruit Jews. Jews are to blame
the
for
orange
everything.
Julius. They all
By
of
the way,
them.
the grapefruit Jews make a beautiful greyhound. You add some vodka, awesome drink. But thank you for sharing these shows and letting people know that we're doing this every Tuesday night, 6:15 Central Time. Pacific Time, 8:15 Central, 9:15 Eastern.
just give them whatever your time it is. They'll figure out that they can do math. My
6:15
audience can
Pacific.
do math. I don't know about yours out in California, but but here in Central Missouri, they might be doing as much meth as they are math, but it's a whole
Meth
different
and math, whatever. You need numbers to make both.
That's right. But I just say 8:15 Central Standard Time. You figure it out. I don't know. What time
There
is it
you
where
go.
I live? I don't even know where you live.
Yeah, that's right. So
Do I
okay,
count
we were asking,
backwards or forwards? Don't ask the dyslexic guy. I'm sorry.
choose Charlie's news. What is it that you wanted to see? The three choices are election fraud in California, fraudulent elections in California, and stealing the elections in California. Those are your three choices. It seems like all of the above was the big winner. So thank you for participating in that. All of the above.
I smell a rat. I smell election fraud.
Yeah. Huh. Interesting. Well, let me put my glasses on and let's dive into this because I am sick to death of what's happened here. But I have a feeling that they have just baited a trap for themselves. Of course, you saw President Trump when what's her face Welker on Meet the Press was trying to tell him that he didn't know anything about election fraud and that there was no proof. And then what he did after that was brilliant. Go ahead, Mike.
There's more evidence than ever presented.
Let's talk
Your
about
elections
You
in
went
this
to
country,
court.
we're like a third world country.
But, sir-
Your elections are crooked, and you're crooked, and Meet the Press is crooked,
Mr.
and so is
President-
ABC, and CBS, and CNN.
But, Mr. President-
You're one-sided crooked networks.
I am so annoyed at the way she keeps and continues to interrupt the President of the United States.
Right, let's call it quits, because I've had enough. Thank you, darling. Have a good
Mr.
time.
President, let's please. I traveled all the way to Wisconsin.
All the way.
I've
I
sat in the rain
traveled
with
all
you.
I traveled first class all the way to Wisconsin on a private jet with an opulent meal, and I got put up in a 5-star hotel just so I could talk to you. It was just so annoying.
I know. I
I've sat in the
traveled
rain
all the
with
way
you
to
for an hour,
Wisconsin.
on and off in the rain.
Wisconsin.
And I've given you enough time. You ought to straighten out your press, because you know what?
Mr.
A
President,
country can never be
We
great
traveled
with a dishonest
Listen,
press.
we
Come on, let's
traveled
go.
all the way to Wisconsin.
Come on, let's
for the
go.
interview.
Then he stepped on the mic. And that's when it got all quiet.
Yep.
Then
Maureen
she
says-
comes on afterwards. I don't even want to see it. She comes on afterwards trying to say, I talked to the president the next day, and he agreed that it was because of the rain and the weather, and it was just affecting. He'd already talked with her for an hour.
Oh yeah, there's a lot more. There's a lot more video to that,
and I've
it's
seen
all
almost all-
condescending and rude.
Yes, but and he was very gracious and very good through all of it. But then at the very end, when he brought up the election fraud, or she did because of California,
Yep.
she kept interrupting him. And here's what became very apparent to me, Mike, being in the media my entire adult life. If you suspected that somebody was lying as a journalist, as a news person, you suspected somebody was lying, especially if they held public office, what did you do in the media? What did you do?
I don't know. Tell me.
You investigated.
Yeah,
Investigated.
Okay, yeah.
You would look into it. You would actually go after it to prove that they were lying. That's not what these idiots do. They keep telling them there is no proof because they don't look into it at all. Because if they did, they would see he's not lying. And there is proof. But
Yep.
as long as they can feign ignorance like that, and they can keep casting aspersions and doubt on what you are saying or what he is saying or anyone who's saying there's election fraud, and then the media has shamed our own elected representatives by calling them something as innocuous as election denier. What the hell does that mean? I don't deny there was an election. I deny that it was honest. Oh no, there was an election. It wasn't an honest one. But yet all my elected representatives, at least here in California, have shut up and shut down about that. And then my friends are coming to me going, Charlie, you think we're going to actually have a Republican governor this time? My response is immediate. What has changed? I can't even get you to talk about election fraud, much less my own elected representatives. Tom McClintock, who's my congressman where I live, has twice said there was not enough proof to show that it adversely affected the 2020 election. How much is too much? Well, how much do you need? What do you mean there's not enough proof? What have you looked into? Have you even seen Dinesh D'Souza's film? What is it? 2,000 mules, 1,000 mules, whatever. How many mules?
Well, yeah, all the other blatantly obvious stuff. Like I know exactly what you're talking. And let me tell you, the gal in the short skirt running around the Capitol trying to interview everybody from Lindell TV does such an awesome job ambushing.
She is
these
fantastic,
folks.
huh? She is fantastic.
Here she is with a Hakeem Jeffries as he denies there's any election fraud.
California, the state has rampant SNAP fraud, hospice fraud, immigration fraud. Are we really supposed to believe there's no election fraud in California? And if so, if there's no election fraud, then why would California Democrats refuse a federal audit?
California is a great place to live. I appreciate the leadership of Governor Gavin Newsom.
It's actually a great place to be from. Just wanted to add that.
Leadership of Governor Gavin Newsom, as well as, of course, the California delegation, which is a tremendous group of public servants. There is no election fraud in California. Donald Trump is making it up. He can't point to a shred of evidence to prove his point. This is all a conspiracy theory because Donald Trump knows in November he's going down in flames electorally, and Republicans are about to lose the House.
Yeah, he's delusional.
Is he part Italian? Is he part Italian?
No, I'm thinking he's an air traffic controller. I think he's out. You know the guys when they're backing, when they're bringing the planes into the, that's what I always want to put those cone things in his hands when he's doing his thing.
Hey, you know one thing? I wanted to throw this out here because I didn't get to because I was so rudely interrupted by you. But never forget that what my president did to that microphone in that interview at the end of the interview when he was leaving. Ready?
Yeah.
Did you see it? Let's highlight it.
Trump dropped the mic on the floor and crushed as he walked away from this interview with Christian Walker.
Wait a minute. Say it again. Do it again. There it is.
Trump dropped the mic on the floor and crushed as he walked away from this interview.
Oh no!
The woman in that TikTok video is outraged that he crushed that microphone at the end. He stepped on it. That's why I said, you notice the sound just suddenly went away. It's because he stepped on the microphone and broke it.
Here you go. Here you go. Here's a little bit better view of it. Right.
Oh,
here.
is it better? Good.
Traveled all the way to Wisconsin for this interview.
Yes.
I don't think he did it on purpose because he didn't. Because if it was me and I stepped on it like that, I'd have been
I would have ground it like a lit cigarette. Absolutely, me too. Like a black widow. Absolutely. Let's make sure you're done. Oh, that was beautiful. I love my president. And I love that he doesn't put up with our crap, that he stands up to the media like that, that he won't back down from calling them out. He never has from the very beginning. First time he ran. Remember 2016?
Oh yeah.
Or 2015, he was calling them fake news then. They were showing up at his massive rallies and they would never show the size of the crowd. That's when it started. He started calling them out. You notice they never show you what the crowd looks like? They show you at all the other events. Of course, then along comes COVID during 2020, and they didn't want to show any of the crowds on the left because Joe Biden was doing things from his basement, and anything he did in public was like a drive-in movie. Remember the cars and people?
Yeah,
They
there were a
couldn't get out
bunch of brand new Jeeps. Remember that? Brought to
and they're
you
wearing
by
masks in their
Chrysler.
vehicles, and they're all sitting there watching the big screen. It was so bizarre, but yet he won.
All of the
But yet
media.
he won.
The 6 people from the media sitting in the folding chairs with the little white circles around them.
I will never forget that as long as I live. I will never forget.
But 81 million votes. That's yeah. Good luck with
More
that.
than Obama. More than Obama's.
More than anybody.
Yeah, that's right. More than anybody in the world. That's right. In the nation's history, rather, at least.
So what's going on in California? So everything's great. And rosy
you want
and
more?
wonderful.
Okay, you want more? Okay, I got more for you. Sorry, again, I got distracted. I have a whole bunch of things here for you from
How to
California.
steal an election 101 right here. This is it.
Here's the real encouraging thing, Mike, and all y'all watching right now. Circles for all my friends. Thank you, Marine in the Woods. That's funny. Circles for all my friends. All my friends, get a circle. Anyway, here's what's happening here in California. You're not seeing this on your NBC nightly news with whomever's doing it this week. Watch this in SoCal.
It's the Jews.
You're going to especially love the very end with the counter protesters. Here they go. Look. I got to look at the sign right there. That's in Beverly Hills. These people voted for Spencer Pratt, and it's being robbed for them to be the mayor of Los Angeles. It's being robbed from them. A whole bunch of tens of thousands of new votes were counted and came in the ballot drop, as they call it. And Ramen Noodles, who was in third place and had already conceded the election in a tearful concession speech, is suddenly in second place, and Pratt is out. Pratt is out. He's not going to the final election in November, at least at this point. Even though he had such a tremendous lead over her and he was barely behind Karen Bass, he's now out. But I want you to know some people in this crowd. Look at nothing but white people. Look at this. Walk away. Look at this. Nothing but white people. Just white people. That's all. Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe not. Look at all the white. Oh, look at all the white people. Oh no, I'm sorry. Maybe not. Oh, there's more white people. Look at all the white people. All there is white people. No politics, just public safety. Those guys.
Every American can thrive, and that ought to bring everybody
together. Another white person. Look at those white people right there wearing the turbans.
Well, they're white on the inside.
White on the inside. Okay, there we go. There's the counter protesters. There they are.
Good. And they got their pride flags. They got a lot of pride.
Well, it's Pride Month. So you got to celebrate.
So City, was it Sin City Slicker 1 over on YouTube says, why can't you see the rest of the chat? Because most of the chat's coming in from Rumble. So that's where you would have to watch it to be on. That's why we put it on the screen there. You can see it there. But not very many folks are watching with you over there on YouTube because YouTube sucks.
YouTube does.
Anyways, so I put that on there.
We're having a little meme fest over here too right now, by the way. Let's see. Let me share some with you. The whole break the glass scenario. Here's exactly what Governor Hairdo was talking about. There's breaking the glass, right? Say another one. Come on now. Be more proficient at this, Charlie. California. That's what we're changing the name to, the state, California. Here's another good one. You'll like this one right here.
Or I don't know.
California.
California, yeah, but the big sickle and
There we
hammer
go.
up there.
There we go. There's our new mailbox right there for everybody.
By the way, the U.S. Postal Service is in large part of the theft. My wife works for the Postal Service, and she doesn't do anything like this, but it is. They are definitely. You see all these people posting videos of them opening a mailbox and getting 6, 10, 25 mail-in ballots from everybody that ever lived there.
How can we count the ballots until we know how many votes we need?
My sister has a friend. She was telling me that moved out of California 5 years ago. And in California, you can go online and check to see the status of your vote. And he voted in California for all Democrats.
Isn't that something?
And he doesn't live there. He hasn't lived there in 5 years.
Somebody actually paid to have this banner dragged behind an airplane, over what was going on there in Beverly Hills and all around SoCal when people were coming out, Stop the Steal. But that is very grassroots. But that person right there, may God bless them. I think that is brilliant. Whoever did that. Thank you, rich people. I had to be a rich people to do something like that, I think. Let's see. This is a good one. You'll like this one right here. Mommy, where do Democrats come from? Oh, shoot. There was an issue with that file. Dang it. There was an issue with that file, so I'm just going to have to read it to you. I'm going to have to read it to you. Mommy, where do Democrats come from? Well, honey, when a clown and a serial killer love each other very much, they come together.
Oh,
hey, by the way, I found this. You'll get a kick out of this, Mike. This is a new gym that's opened up in San Francisco, California. Nabbit. I have to take stuff off the screen to be able to bring new stuff in. I wish I had computers like you do, Mike. That would be awesome.
Well, it does make it easier. I'm here to tell you. I have something I was going to run with.
And all you watching live have to put up with me stumbling through all this. I appreciate
they're used to it. I stumble just as much. So while you're stumbling through that, let me put this one up. You some of your memes, about Democrats. Here is Sydney Sweeney, and she was asked if she was a Democrat.
Well, you sound like a Democrat.
I'm not retarded.
Did she really say that?
Yeah, I'm not retarded. They say you go look at the fashion magazines. They'll tell you that Kamala Harris's daughter is high fashion beautiful. They'll tell you that Dalvin Mulvaney or whatever, the bud dude that wants to be a chick, high fashion. They'll tell you that that Barack Hussein Obama and Big Mike's daughters are high fashion. They'll say Melania Trump is old news, and they'll say Sydney Sweeney, she's not pretty. But there's a reason for that, because most people in high fashion are either gay or pedos, so they don't know what real good looks are. No. They're not attracted to the same thing as average men.
Good point. That's all I got. I had more stuff for you, but I can't get it to come up. So what you got, buddy?
I got a few things about your election out there. Like, for example, Spencer Pratt posted this afternoon. No explanation. Somebody said sitting duck. Right there, see sitting duck.
Interesting.
No explanation. But he put that in there. Yeah. What does that mean? I don't know. But the picture right behind
that's the light. That's the light at the end of the tunnel, Mike. I really believe that.
Well, there is some light coming. Elon Musk posted this. I don't know if you've seen this one or not. This California outlaws local voter ID rules. Elon Musk says California made it illegal for any election in the state to require ID. This is nuts. And it is nuts. for sure. But I got to find it. I was looking for it just a second ago, so it's going to
You know
take
what
me
else? While you're looking for that, you know what else California just passed? First of all, here's what you need to qualify or to register. By the way, in the state of California, to register to vote. Have you seen what it is that you actually need?
A green card. A
No,
plate full of
certainly not.
tacos?
What are you, crazy? No. Got this from Gateway Pundit, and this is not kidding. This is true. Are you seeing it? Are you seeing it on
So
there?
it's not the Babylon Bee. Yeah, I'm seeing it.
Nope,
What does it
not
say?
the
And I
Babylon
can't read
Bee.
it, but I can
Here
see
are
it.
California permits first-time voters to register using forms of identification that many Americans would never consider sufficient for verifying eligibility. Here they are. A current valid photo identification provided by a third party in ordinary course of business. So that does not mean a driver's license. Of course, a driver's license, yeah, sure, of any state. Did you see that?
Any state will do.
Of any state. Number 2, passport. Fantastic. Employee identification card. Let's move down to number 5, a credit or debit card. That didn't have your picture on it.
And half the debit or credit cards in LA are stolen. So
number 6, military identification card, as well it should be. Number 7, student ID card. Doesn't have your picture on it. Health club identification card. Number 8. Insurance plan identification card. Public housing identification card. These are just some of the things, and that's what it takes.
Can I use my local LA strip club get 4 lap dances, get the 5th one free card? Does that work?
As far as I'm concerned, absolutely.
Just wondering.
But this also passed. Here in California. They changed the election rule. Let me bring this up so you can see it. I didn't know if you knew about this because the media is not touching it. The media is not touching this. Come on, computer.
Wanting to know if your concealed carry permit would work. I bet that doesn't work.
Mine has my photo on it. It should.
Yeah, but it probably won't work.
This just became law about a week or so ago. SB 73, that's Senate Bill 73, and Governor Hairdo signed it into law, authored. This was last-minute emergency legislation, as they call it here, written by State Senator Sabrina Cervantes and Tom Umberg. And, oh, by the way, Scott frickin' Wiener was also involved in this. Emergency legislation took effect immediately, which means it was live and binding for the votes being counted right now. And here's what it is. SB 73, it was sold explicitly as a wall against federal interference, a response to the current federal administration's threats to send law enforcement near polling places and to challenge results it doesn't like. The governor's office framed it in those terms. It said to challenge results it doesn't like. That's a lie. Co-sponsors framed it in those terms. This is all a lie. It has been passed, and it is now law in California.
If the investigations that are happening in California, and there are investigations right now being launched by the FBI, the DOJ, and other agencies. If those investigations happen, and if a judge gives a subpoena to go seize the record from various polling places, then Gavin Newsom says, well, we have this law where you can't do that. What do you do?
You know what this is in response to, right? California gubernatorial candidate Chad Bianco, sheriff of Riverside County, snagged like 640,000 ballots, actually confiscated them legally, and said, there's fraud suspected here. I am taking these ballots, took them out just like the FBI descending on any place and taking evidence. That's what he did. It's still sitting there. They were going to do a public count of the votes so we could see right then and there before the primary election.
Stopped it.
And one judge stopped it. One dirty, filthy pig of a judge. Probably a grapefruit Jews. This is the Jews. It's the Jews who stopped it.
Yeah, probably.
Jews stopped it.
It's Aaron. I saw he's in here. It's your fault, Aaron.
Aaron Gates. Hello, buddy. Hello.
I put this on the screen. Says Secretary of State should be held accountable. I want you to check that. Everybody write that down because we're going to talk about it in a little bit. Secretary of State. But let me share this with you. This is FA United States Attorney Bill. How do you say his last name?
Asaley.
Asaley.
One of my new heroes.
Okay.
Absolutely one of my heroes.
It's what he says. Protecting the integrity of California elections is a top priority for my office. California's election system has serious structural vulnerabilities. Universal vote by mail with no voter ID requirements creates conditions where fraud can go unchecked and unpunished, eroding public confidence. Without commenting on any specific investigation, my office has multiple election fraud investigations underway in coordination with FBI Los Angeles. We will follow the evidence wherever it leads and prosecute any violators of federal election law to the fullest extent. My office is also working closely with AAG Dillon to conduct a comprehensive audit of California voter rolls. The state has stonewalled every effort to verify that only eligible U.S. citizens are registered to vote. This case is now before the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals. So if they rule one way or the other, it ends up in the Supreme Court. And I got some stuff from the Supreme Court too we got to talk about. My office will not look the other way. We will investigate and prosecute every legal vote described to be deserves to be counted, and every illegal vote cancels that one out. Now, let me add to this that it was just recently that OMG, a Keefe Media Group, discovered that a woman in LA had been for 20 years paying homeless folks and whatnot to sign up as registered voters. And she was arrested and charged and pled guilty just last week. So everybody says there's no evidence of voter fraud. I call that evidence, right? And she pled guilty to a plea deal. And just like John Bolton just pled guilty to a plea deal, it's because they're working with prosecution. That's why. That's mine up there. Here, you want to put yours up?
Yeah, here it is. Critics, nearly 1,200 people were registered to vote at a homeless shelter on Skid Row with 132 beds. 1,200 people supposedly, allegedly lived there on Skid Row at a place that only has 132 beds. 185 people registered at a homeless drop-in center with no beds at all. That is likely illegal. It is likely a key to the story of how Socialist City Council member Nithya Ramen Noodles overtook Palisades fire victim Spencer Pratt for second place in the LA mayoral race. As Spencer Pratt himself said, that's about 43,000 votes that has put Ramen Noodles ahead of him and dropped him out of the race for the November. And he goes, 43,000. That sounds familiar. What other number did we recently discover? It was 43,000. Oh, yeah. The homeless population in Los Angeles.
Weird.
43,000.
Weird. That's weird.
What's the population of your town? Think about how many people.
No. That's the population of the county, not the town in Missouri. I think it's 49,000 is the population of Pettis County.
That's my point. That's a lot of people. But the point is, it was all fraudulent. It was all illegal. There's evidence that they were paying homeless people to sign this and put your name on that. They were giving them a cigarette. They would sign a petition for whatever, fill in the blank, for a cigarette. There's a lot of video.
$5 or something like that. Yeah.
Yep.
Marine wants to know if Aaron equals frozen concentrated orange juice. That's a reference to Trading Places with Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy.
That's right. The limeade. That's funny. The frozen concentrated. There you go. Yeah, some frozen
So while we're
concentrated lime juice.
While we're talking about all this, the Supreme Court is supposed to rule this week on a controversial case out of Mississippi. You see, they just ruled on this long-standing ruling. It was never a law passed or never a court ruling. It was just a decree by the government that you had to create districts based upon minority status. So you had to have districts in all these southern states to represent the minorities. And the Supreme Court just ruled on that no, that's racism. You can't do that. You can make a district however you want to make a district politically. Like all Democrats in this district, you could do that. But you can't make a district all black folk or Chinese folk or Mexican folk. You can't do that. That's unconstitutional. That's basically what they ruled. Well, and what happened, that was Louisiana. That was Louisiana Republicans suing Republicans that brought that case because they were in cahoots. You see what I'm saying? Well, there's another case in Mississippi. And in this case in Mississippi is Mississippi Republicans suing the Republican government to stop the counting of votes after the day of the election. The Supreme Court has heard the arguments. The rulings have been written. They're supposed. What's that?
Which is going on here.
Which is going on there. The ruling has been written. They're supposed to announce it this week. Here is the conversation between Judge Roberts and the Solicitor General, I think, from Mississippi. I think that's who it was. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. But whoever it is arguing this before the Supreme Court. And here's how it goes. Listen to this.
We have lots of phrases that involve two words, the second of which is day. Labor Day, Memorial Day, George Washington's birthday, Independence Day, birthday, and election day. And they're all particular days. So if we start with that, if I have nothing more to look at than the phrase election day, I think this is the day in which everything is going to take place, or almost everything. And then we have 3 points in time, 1844, 1872, 1914. And we can ask, what would people have thought on those days is meant by this phrase, election day? Which of those should we choose? Which of those dates should we choose?
Well, I think you could choose any of the three. I mean, honestly, I think the single best one, if you're just going to choose one, is 1872. And the reason I say that is because 1914 is the latest in time, but that's the one that Congress gave the least thought to.
So anyways, that's he's asking me. So we have all these days, and these days mean day. They don't mean weeks, months, years. They mean day. So that's the mindset of the Supreme Court. So if they rule that day means day, and you can only count the votes to come in that day, if they're not in, tough noodles. You're too bad. I mean, California sends out your ballots 3 months in advance or something. Had them forever. You can't get it in. It doesn't count. It doesn't count. So if they rule that, now you got a constitutional crisis in California.
And that's the light at the end of the tunnel. I do believe, first of all, hello, Carol, checking in from Rochester, New York. That's cool. Nice that you're here. Thank you. I do believe that, what was that general from Star Wars? It's a trap.
Yes. The fish
we
guy.
We got to get that. We got to have that.
I had that in the comment. Okay.
I was thinking about that. I go, I got to find that. And I'm like, oh, no, I'm too lazy. So anyway, it's a trap. Somebody remind me who that is, General whoever, Star Wars. But I do believe that this was. They're so arrogant here, and they've gotten away with it for so long. California, including that piece of crap Javier Becerra, who's running for governor now and is in the lead allegedly, and I said all along he's going to be the governor. I pray I'm wrong on that. But he was one of the ones instrumental in really implicating all this voter fraud that's so rampant here, so much so that other dirty, crooked states have stolen our way of cheating in elections. They're so arrogant, and they are so desperate now because it's all about the new world order. It's all about the one world government. It truly is. This is what they're shooting for. This is why they're driving out the middle class. Middle class thinks for themselves. They start starting businesses, getting jobs, buying homes, and start realizing the last thing I want is the government more involved in my life. Get out. I'm going to start voting Republican. They don't want the middle class. They want the haves and the have-nots. You have to have the have-nots to serve the haves.
Right.
That's what they're trying to create. Their little Star Trek. Their little Star Trek utopia in California. That's why Joe Biden said, California's the model for the country. Because that's what they want. This is their new world order. This is what this is. And they're finally, people in California, including all the illegals coming over, start going, hey, wait a minute, maybe I should vote Republican. And they're staring their own demise directly in the eyes right now here in California. So they don't care. If they get caught and they have to pay for it later, it'll all be worth it to them because they know once you get something done and you set it in motion and set it in place, it's almost impossible to stop it and reverse it.
Yep.
That's the truth.
Well, the only thing is they have to do it all the way across the country. They can't just do it in one state because the feds can step in and fix that.
Admiral Akbar, thank you very much. Who was that again? Who put that up there?
That was Matrix. I don't know. That guy.
Maritak, it looks like. Maritak. Yeah. Yes, Admiral Akbar. It's a trap. And I do believe that President Trump and the White Hats or the Patriots or whatever you want to call them, the military, whatever you want to call them, they were waiting for this. They were waiting for this moment. They've already put things in place just for this election because now they've got them. When that ballot drop just most recently knocked Spencer Pratt out of second place into third, Ramen Noodles is suddenly in second, which means he doesn't get to go because of our jungle primary to the final election in November. How do you stop that? How do you reverse that? We can't. We can have all the protests.
But if the Supreme Court rules that it's unconstitutional that you can't count ballots after, well, then what do you do with that mess? Because
it's after the fact. The damage is already done, and they're going to say this is state rights. The federal can't get involved in a state election. That's what they're going to start screaming.
I understand. I understand.
That's what that Prop 73 is.
I understand that. The problem is if the Supreme Court says no, the date is the date. You now have a constitutional crisis. Now you have legal grounds to sue. Remember 2020, they tried to sue about all the mail-in ballots and all the shenanigans that were going on before the election, and then all the judges, same ones compromised now, were saying, oh, you have no standing because nothing's happened. So they sued after the election, 81 million votes my ass, and they said, oh, it already happened. You have no standing, right? Here's the thing. If the Supreme Court rules it's unconstitutional to do that, the lawsuit can be on all elections that it's happened in the past. This was unconstitutionally done. What's the remedy? We now create a constitutional crisis. Now we have a problem because how can you certify an election that has been deemed by the Supreme Court unconstitutional? Is the certification valid? What do we do with that? What do we do with Joe Biden's election?
In 2020, there was all kinds of questions about that.
Right. I said.
Mike Pence, may you forever.
I agree. But listen to what I'm saying to you. All the apparatus was not in place. The apparatus is in place now. We got the FBI, we got the DOJ, we got the justices, we got all the things in place. And so now what do we do with that information if this was to happen? What do we do with it? So let me give you an example. If they rule that any ballot comes in after the day is unconstitutional to be counted, what do you do with what has happened? As Donald Trump has said many times, how do you get your diamonds back when the theft has happened? Let me just give you an example. November 30th, 2010, 4 weeks after losing the election as AG of California, Kamala Harris wins due to mail-in surge from LA. Harris won by less than 1%. 4 weeks later, if Supreme Court rules that counting ballots after the day of the election is unconstitutional, what do you do with that? That was a fraudulent, unconstitutional election. I don't know what the answer is, but we got a constitutional crisis if that happens.
We're not even able to get to the election, though. They've already rigged it. They've already fixed the race in November. They've already made sure Karen piece of crap Bass maintains her mayoralship of Los Angeles, the second largest city in the nation.
There was an election in...
They had tens of thousands of ballots that supposedly came in.
There was election in... It was like a municipal, it's like an election for mayor or something. It was in Texas. It was 10 or 15 years ago. And it turned out the whole thing was completely fraudulent. And it was so bad that you couldn't tell who won. The judge declared it null and void, and they had a special election to do it again.
As our U.S. Constitution spells out. As our U.S. Constitution spells out. If there's any question, do-overs.
Yep, absolutely.
In fact, I think that's exactly how it's worded. They used to say do-overs back then.
Mulligans.
Mulligan do-over. I see a light at the end of the tunnel right now, and unfortunately, I wish we could have gotten our act together well enough and actually showed up in numbers too big to ignore so that they couldn't rig it, but we didn't. We suck at showing up for primaries. We suck at showing up for midterms. We suck. And I'm talking to my fellow conservatives. I'm talking to my fellow Republicans.
I don't think in this case, I don't think it mattered. I think they would have found a way to cheat.
They would have found a way to cheat anyway. And like Welker said in that Meet the Press interview, she goes, well, the Republicans are doing well in California. Sure did for a second. Now it's all being taken away. It's all being stolen, including Steve Hilton. There's still question as to whether he's even going to be going to the final election in November. The only Republican that made it. So it's Becerra and Hilton and that piece of crap Tom Steyer, who spent over $200 million of his own money to run for governor of California, by the way.
I'm sure it
over
wasn't all his money.
$200 million. Comprehend that.
I'm sure it wasn't all his money.
Actually, now some facts have been coming out. There's $240 million. That's $250 million. That idiot, that climate change nutbag.
Well, if you take a look at what Gavin and his wife, you take a look at Gavin and his wife's doing, that's pretty good investment if you can get the win.
It really, huh? Really, good point. But I really, I'm now starting to believe that you let an enemy, you give them enough rope, you just keep doling it out, and eventually, when it comes to the end of the rope, yank. And I think that's about to come down.
Well,
really
let me not to switch gears.
You mentioned Bill O'Saley. Vice President J.D. Vance is also involved in all of this corruption and fraud. The new Attorney General, acting Attorney General, is doing an amazing job.
Yep.
Bill O'Saley's he's an assistant. What do they call it again? AAG, so assistant attorney general, acting assistant. He's a federal prosecutor. No, he's not an attorney general.
Yeah, okay. You have attorney general, you have a couple assistant attorney generals, and then you have prosecutors.
Yeah,
around the country that work. That's what you have. That's the kind of the.
But
tier.
The point is, we got a dream team right now. Pam Bondi wasn't it, but even though I will never detract from what she did do and what she did accomplish, there were too many questions about too many things, especially her association with Governor Hairdo and so on. But I think we got a dream team now, and with Kash Patel at the FBI, this is amazing. Finally, these arrogant pieces of in California running the show are about to go down hard. Are they
Well,
going to do the perp walk? Are they going to do the
Can I
perp
give you
walk?
some hope?
That's what we want.
Can I give you some hope? Can I give you some hope?
Please.
Because J.D. Vance went on Waters last night, and it's not about
Jesse Waters?
California. Yes,
Okay.
it's not about California. But what they could do one place, they could do another place. Here's breaking news from J.D. Vance on Waters.
Now I can make a bit of breaking news because I left the White House to come here to do this interview with you. And before I did, we actually referred this particular case to the Department of Justice for full criminal investigation. We are not going to do what the Biden administration did and make judgments of the law before all the facts are in. But here's what's particularly troubling about this to me is Jesse, you had people within Governor Walz's office who were saying, you know what? This looks like fraud. It looks like these Somalian illegal immigrants are doing something that's very shady. And then you had people who shut them down, who shut these whistleblowers down and said, you know, you're a racist or you're a xenophobe for asking questions about where taxpayer money is going. What that means to me, Jesse, is that clearly people weren't taking fraud seriously, whether it rises to the level of a criminal violation. We're going to investigate it. And of course, if it does rise to that level, we're going to prosecute it. We have to.
So he is referring the Attorney General of Minnesota, Mr. Kevin Ellison, or however you say his name, he's a Clintonite, he's a Bominite, he is a fraudster, he's a Muslim, he's Antifa. And he's being referred to as criminal charges against him in the state of Minnesota for all the fraud.
Because if there really is no Antifa as an institution organization, then anybody who's associated with Antifa-like ideas, you know, can be persecuted. All you have to do is say, prove you're not Antifa. Well, how can you prove a negative? And suddenly they're just going to be able to use that to justify suppressing speech, arresting people, deploying ICE, deploying National Guard, deploying military. So the fact that there is nobody even knows what it is. The first person I ever heard use the word Antifa was Donald J. Trump when he was going on about how there were good people on both sides in Charlottesville. That's
the first time
when used the term. So now it's just
paid for by the Southern Poverty Law Center.
Law Center, yes.
And if nobody's really Antifa, then everybody could be.
If nobody's really, I've never heard of Antifa before. I don't know nothing. 2018, he's holding the Antifa Anti-Fascist Handbook. Well, he's just been referred to charges. Now, I gave a prophetic word on December 31st, 2025, and said that Tim Walz will step down. It's coming.
You think so still?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
So?
I believe that if they're going to get Eielson here, they're going to get him too. I believe it's coming. I believe it's coming, and I don't know when, but it's going to happen. And since we've been talking about some crazy zany stuff going on. I mean, stuff's just happening like crazy. They have had a bunch of they're doing, budget hearings and stuff for different departments, and they've had them come up there and testify before Congress. So we've had Rubio and we've had Mullen, but also Secretary Bassett has been up there. Did you see what Bassett did? So
talk about Secretary of who? Of what?
Secretary of,
is that who you're talking about?
Yeah, however you say his name. Secretary Treasury.
Treasury Secretary, yes. Okay.
Secretary Treasury.
Secretary, easy now. Careful. People go to jail for that.
And Senator or Congressman Wild, I don't know where we're at here, but just listen to the conversation. You'll get the point.
Bring it. I love this guy.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
Let's be clear here. Nobody is interested in the ramblings of a capo in the most corrupt regime in American history.
Oh, this is brilliant.
About this deal. That's what we're here for. Thank you.
Well, thank you. And I will ask my questions first today.
And we would like to hear what Adam Wyden and Jeffrey Epstein talked about. Your son's largest investment position was Rick's Cabaret. So did your son and Jeffrey Epstein talk about pole dancing as he begged you for money using your limited credit?
And then there's asking, do you want to ask any other questions? No.
Nope. Don't want to talk about.
I'm out. That's an out.
Yes. You see, here's the thing. Epstein. Well, all summer long, we've had Thomas Massey, we had all the Democrats, we had Marjorie Taylor Greene, Epstein. We got the bill. They wrote the bill. Ro Khanna and Massey wrote the bill to release the Epstein files from the Southern District of New York only, which was held by James Comey's daughter till they forced her to resign. Those are the ones that Donald Trump said were fake.
Yep.
And so here they are. They wrote the bill on the 19th of December. It gets passed. They start releasing them. And on December 24th, when everybody's left to go home and wait for Santa Claus to bring presents under the tree, the Trump administration delivers a present of several million Epstein files. Go holy! Shazam! We didn't know these exist.
Merry Christmas.
We found them in a bird bag. Golly gee willikers. I wonder how that happened. And then Massey and Ro Khanna and Wyden and Chucky Schumer and Marjorie Taylor Greene and everybody else went, and they shut up about the Epstein files for like 2 months. You know why? Because they didn't know what was in those files.
They sure did not.
What just happened here was not an accident. He had this thing loaded up, ready to go. He was like, just say something.
Just say one thing.
And here's why. Because that was not in any of the release of the Epstein files. Let me say that again real slow. That was not in any of the release of the Epstein files. Why? Because they're playing the political game, they held some back. There's going to be another release. I don't know when it will be. August,
How did
September.
Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent know this, though? My theory is, he runs in that crowd. He is a homosexual, and so
how does he know it?
Talk. Those people talk.
Well, I'm sure about that, but no. This is intentional by the Trump administration. They're holding the good stuff. You see, every single one.
But why would Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent? Okay, I see what you're saying. Then this is being spoon fed out with answers.
No. It's more devious. It's more devious than that.
Okay. All right.
Okay. See, they released all those files, but all the good. See, every one of these people puckered up. They went, "Oh crap! Millions of files, and I don't know what's in them. It's about to be released," and so they had their staff going through it. Word searching their name. Places they've been, things they've done, and none of it was in there. And like, cool, we got past. Woo! They didn't find that one. We're golden, right? That's what happened. Okay, I'm telling you. And then Thomas Massey, Marjorie Taylor Greene, the rest of them, they started putting their toe back out there. Well, they didn't release all the Epstein files because they didn't say anything about him. They started because he's doing it again, right? Mm-hmm. Suckers. Because what's happening is they're holding back politically the real juicy stuff. And it's was it August, September, October?
That's called October surprise. Is what
exactly right. Now, here's the thing: what he just did here, he released information that that the administration has on this particular senator and his son that nobody knew. And the whole everybody went, "Oh crap!" And John Bolton's talking now, and the chick out in LA's talking now. They all made deals. Yeah, Yeah, it's going to be fun from here on
Bolton
out.
got convicted, though. What kind of deals is he going to be making?
He did not get. He pled guilty. Just pled guilty last week. He pled guilty. He was facing 50 years.
Good point.
He was being
okay.
charged
You're right. You're right. I'm wrong in my
19
verbiage.
counts.
He was not convicted. He merely confessed. Yeah.
He was
pled
being,
guilty.
Well, listen. He was being charged with 19 counts of transmitting top secret information electronically.
Yes.
That was one of the charges. The other charge was transmitting top secret classified information to other governments. That was one of the charges. All those charges are gone, and he pled guilty to carrying a diary in which he wrote about top secret classified information, which will get him maximum 5 years, but they're saying he probably won't get any jail time, and $2 million fine that he has to pay.
So he sang.
He
sang.
They don't give you a deal. They had him. They had the paperwork. They had the electronic tags. They know which countries he spilt the beans to. They had it all.
He's not composing. He's performing. He's performing an aria.
That's right.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. And they probably came to him and said, look, here's the deal, Bolton, Mr. former Secretary of State, Mr. All in on it all. You know who you talk to. We know who. I mean, here's the transcripts right here. We got it all because we are the government. Yeah, we can't really use it from the ODNI against you, but we have the information to lock you up forever and throw away the key. Right here. Okay, we know who you're talking to, so just admit it. Because if you admit it to us that you had this conversation with, say, I don't know, Mike Pence, Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, whoever, fill in the blank, then we can use that's actual evidence we can use against them. That's what's happening there. That's what's happening in California, by the way, with the vote fraud stuff with that lady who cut a deal.
You're talking about the one who was Governor Hairdo's assistant?
No, I'm talking about the one OMG caught in the street, the cigarette lady. She admitted guilt and cut a deal. Yeah, and I said this. You got to understand.
She was a poll worker, right? An election worker. Employee.
I don't think she worked for the polls. She worked for an NGO, and she was going around handing out cash and cigarettes and whatnot to get people to register to vote or vote.
Okay.
Either case, and she'd been doing it for 20 years. And you got to think about it. If she was signing up 1,000 people and giving each of them $5, that's $5,000. She wasn't writing that. She wasn't paying that out of her pocket. Somebody was giving her the money.
Do you think these idiots are doing it just for the good of the cause because they believe in communism so fervently they want to destroy those wicked Republicans, or are they getting paid?
She got paid.
It
was her full-time job. No, there's some people that believe, but no, most of these people is just a grift. Where do you think all this fraud money's going? Why do you think it is that the RNC's sitting on $130,000, $130 million war chest, $190 million, a big bunch of money, a big pile of cash, like what's his big duck guy? You know what? He's just out there rolling in the dough, and the DNC has like 5 million cash on hand with 11 or 12 or 13 million dollars in debt. They're broke. You know, in my lifetime, the DNC always outraised the Republicans by 2 or 3 times.
They have Hollywood, they have Silicon Valley, they got the California money, they got the New York money, they got
the Somalians
they got
in
the
Minnesota,
Chicago money, they got the Illinois money, the mafia money.
Yeah, you know, they got the Medicaid money, they got the autistic kids money,
the unions, the dirty unions.
Well, they've cut off the Southern Poverty Law Center, they've cut off the USAID, they've cut off all the fraud, they've cut off all this fraud everywhere, and now they're broke. The Democrats are broke. They ain't got no money. Isn't that weird? That's a coincidence. What happened to all the big donors? Well, like I was saying earlier, you were saying that the guy out in California spent $200 million of his money.
240 million.
Bernie Sanders, he did not. He did not. He was spending money from some PAC somewhere. He was spending money from one of these fraudulent places somewhere. He wasn't spending his own money. These people don't spend their own money for nothing. No. All this money comes from all this fraud. And that's how it works. That's how. You don't think these 67 IQ rice and banana Somalians came up with this stuff on their own? But they come in off the boat from Somalia. They don't speak the language. They end up in town. Next thing you know, they're driving Maseratis, living in a 26,000 square foot house, and shipping cash money in suitcases out to Somalia, 100 million at a time. You don't think you really think they came up with this on their own? They did not. No, the mastermind, Tim Walsh, Ellison, Ilhan Omar, Rashid Tlaib, these are the masterminds of this. This is not, I mean, those are
that sounds pretty hilarious that you're calling those people masterminds. That is really, they're in trouble. They're in trouble.
Then you have to ask yourself who put them up to it.
Right.
The Clintons, the greatest grifters that ever lived, the Clintons, the Obamas.
Obama. Yeah.
I mean, come on, man.
It goes higher than that, though.
Probably. George Soros, he doesn't spend his money.
No, you're right.
All of his little, they always say George Soros is, what's his name of his Open Society Foundation gave George Soros's it was paid for by the USAID.
Yeah.
They don't use their money. None of them use their money. NGOs. They use your money.
Right.
You slave, you peasant. Get back to work. We got money to raise for the DNC. I mean, that's the reality of it, is it not?
Yeah.
While the good congressman's son is hitting up Epstein for capital to start a strip club. And Epstein's probably go, cool, can you send me some women?
Girls. Yeah. Well,
clear.
What's that?
Oh, I was scrolling through stuff and I forgot to take it off so you could hear it. I got one more. You want another one? You want another? They're melting down. I'm telling you, they're melting down.
I want to see this.
Be clear. Hezbollah is a terrorist organization from the gentlelady from Michigan, and its members are butchers that you like to, hang out with to a certain extent. No nation can be fully sovereign when an armed group operates outside the authority of its elected. Oh, I'm sorry. Are we getting a little emotional?
Gentlemen will suspend.
Oh, gentlemen.
What? They're making him stop his. What's going on?
I believe you advocate for them. Yes, you advocate for terrorists on a daily basis.
The House will be in order.
Advocate for a terrorist regime every single day, from the Jenny lady from Michigan.
The House will be in order. The House will be in order.
You do associate.
Is that Rashid yelling?
Colleagues. Colleagues. This is a serious topic. We will debate it respectfully and deliberately. Is the gentlewoman from Michigan making a motion to take down?
Yes, Mr. Speaker, I am. That is a direct attack on my character. I please
gentleman from
request
Ohio will
to
be
strike
seated.
the words down.
Gentleman from Ohio will be seated.
They made him stop.
No member is currently recognized for debate. The gentleman from Ohio will be seated. The clerk.
Freaking real.
And she threw an absolute fit. You can't say those things about me. I never said anything about terrorism, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you did. You were there chanting, from the river to the sea, Palestine must be free. That's a call for genocide.
Yep.
But it's not. It's just like black people can't be racist. By the way, when you wake up tomorrow morning and you see what's going on because of the Anthony Carmelo decision.
We haven't even talked about that.
when you wake up in the morning and see that, just remember, black people can't be racist. Only
Not
white
everybody
people
knows
can be
about
racist.
that. We haven't even talked
And,
about that.
and there's genocide going on in Palestine. By the way, they're not shooting at each other anymore. Donald Trump made peace there, didn't he? So I guess the genocide's over with, right? That never happened because the population increased. I asked my friends on Facebook, some locally, what is genocide? So they keep saying, they're committing genocide. The Jews are committing genocide. What is genocide? Define it for me. And of course, they'll go copy and paste the dictionary version. To which I'll
Wikipedia.
Then I'll say, I'll say, what's the population on October 6th, 2023 of Palestine? Oh, okay, there is no Palestine. Of the Gaza Strip. And what's the population today? And the numbers are like off by about 40,000, which are the combat deaths that happened during the war. That's it. And then I'll say, well, what's the population of Nigerian Christians? What's the population of Somalian Christians? What's the population of white farmers in South Africa? What's the population of Armenian Christians? What was the population of Christians, ethnically Russian Christians in Crimea before Russia took it? What was the population of Christians in Serbia during the war? So all you people running around saying genocide with the Jews, you say not a damn thing about genocide of Christians around the world.
Never. They never do.
Real, honest to God, slaughtering men, women, and children, depopulation of people, you don't say nothing. So when you say to me that Israel's committing genocide in Palestine, I don't want to hear a damn word you have to say because you're a hypocrite. But the children, I got a video of children talking about how they want to grow up and stomp and kill and kick and stab and murder Jews from Palestine.
I've seen the textbooks.
And let me tell you something. When you take a 10-year-old kid and you put an AK-47 in his hands and a suicide vest on him, he's no longer a kid, he's a combatant. And if you don't believe that, you don't understand warfare. I know many, many, many Vietnam vets that are traumatized because they had to shoot the kid that was coming up on their border with a bomb.
Yep.
And it ain't the vet's fault. It's the dirty piece of crap people that would do something like that.
You're absolutely right.
So don't give me this genocide crap.
It was
I'm tired
horrible
of it.
for them. And then the media's turn around saying they're killing children. They're decimating villages.
Exactly what they're doing today.
The media's filthy lying pigs. So what happened in Texas? For anybody who doesn't know, let's talk about that, please.
Okay, let me pull it up here.
This is the kid that stabbed to death another kid right in front of a whole bunch of other kids, and some kind of a sports thing going on at a high school in Texas.
Yeah, here it is right here. He was convicted earlier today, and now he's been sentenced, which Texas, they don't play around. So
that was just handed down minutes ago for Carmelo Anthony, the 19-year-old who last year killed Austin Metcalf in what the jury has said was murder. The jury had first consideration was 5 to 99 years in prison. They could go anywhere within that range, and then later during the sentencing phase, the idea in the Texas law of sudden passion came into play for consideration, 2 to 20 years. And Andrea, it's interesting because the guilty verdict came fairly rapidly. It was after 3 hours of deliberation. We had talked earlier this evening about the possibility now of those same jurors now considering the life of the 19-year-old convicted of murder, but yet at the same time, Austin Metcalf's life matters greatly in all of this, obviously.
So yes, the verdict guilty on murder, and the sentence is 35 years. I don't know if parole kicks in on that. I don't know the details, but he is going to jail for a long time, and the folks are they're upset, because it's racism.
Jay Boland is right in the comments section. Riots incoming. Absolutely, that is what's going to happen now. It'll be interesting to see if the Black Lives Matter Marxist movement is going to be able to pull off what they did in 2020 and 2021,
it will definitely
because so much of their money has been taken away. But there's always a lot of piece of Democrats who will send them money just to keep this going because they love this. They want this.
There isn't.
They feed on this.
There isn't. They get all their money from fraud.
You think so? The Rainbow Coalition? That's why Jesse Jackson showed up in anything that even smacked or hinted of racial.
Yeah, but the Rainbow Coalition is dead and gone and buried. There's nothing there anymore.
Finally, but when he was alive, it was still going. Al Sharpton.
Yeah, but that wasn't
that's why
Al
he showed up
Sharpton.
at everything. Every time they got any kind of press, the donations started pouring in.
Absolutely, they're the race hustle and poverty pimps. I get it, but they're junior league. I mean, they're literally they're elementary school leagues in this. The real grifting, that's where all the fraud's happening. All that stuff. That's what pays for all this. The Southern Poverty Law Center is the one paid for all this, and they're toast.
Yeah.
The Babylon Bee, they've got it figured out. They said this. Nation is shocked, I tell you, as jury rules you cannot stab someone in the heart for no reason at all. I know. Who would have thunk?
Those guys are so good.
Yeah.
They're so good. It's coming. This is going to happen. It's going to be hitting the newscast tomorrow. These little protests are going to start popping up all over the place just in time for an election year.
Amazing. Well, they got to have a reason to be upset. So here is one of the community organizers organizing the community out of love and respect and all that stuff. They're down there in Texas getting the people all riled up. Here's what he had to say.
I speak on behalf of myself, Minister Dominique Alexander. I speak on behalf of myself as president of the Next Generation Action Network. The Next Generation Action Network wanted to respect this process, to be able to make sure that nobody said that the Next Generation Action Network obstructed this process, interfered in this process. But what this process did is shown that Black lives do not matter in Collin County.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Showed us that time and time in American history,
Black lives don't matter in the county. White people should get on their knees and let us slit their throats. I mean, what else is it? How the white kid died because the black kid stabbed him. Take the race out of it. The kid died because the other kid stabbed him.
Yep.
And guess what? You cannot declare self-defense when you go into somebody else's domicile. The tent, the canopy that they were under was the white kid's team's canopy. He was in the wrong place. He shouldn't have been there. You can't scream self-defense.
He had been told to leave, actually.
Yes, and you cannot scream self-defense at that point. It's not self-defense.
No. Right.
So anyways, let's continue with the nice reverend here. I think he's trying to take the place of Al Sharpton and Jesse
he's
Jackson.
A reverend, is he?
Yes.
How come the ones on the left are never pastors or ministers? They're always reverends.
Because they're
bishops.
reverent.
Bishops is another one, a bishop. Have you noticed? The riots work in their favor. Mike is right in the chat room. The riots do work in their favor.
Read it again. He's given a prophetic word. Read it again.
Okay. I could, but I can't. I don't have my glasses on.
The
riots work in our favor.
Yep.
You think so?
He's given a prophetic word there. I guarantee that's what that is. Mike is a very prophetic person.
I hope you're right.
He sees things that he's seen a lot of things that have already happened and a lot of things that haven't happened yet. Let's continue with the good reverend here.
Us to remove emotions from yet the law. This trial showed that it put emotions over the law.
Oh, we got some emotions. That's
Trayvon Martin and so many countless names. It has shown us that Black life is not safe in Collin County.
Okay, I got to pause it again. He said he invoked the name Trayvon Martin.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Trayvon
Obama's
Martin.
son. That could have been Obama's son if Obama actually liked sleeping with women.
Yeah. Anyways, that's that's the guy who was shot by a
I got to run for a second. I'm so sorry. This is awful. My dog is pawing at me, and I got to let my dog out.
That's okay. Go let your dog out. I got
that.
This.
This is so incredibly unprofessional. I thought you were going to keep running the reverend there, and I was going to slip away and let my dog out.
I got you.
Okay,
I got
good.
you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Go away. I got this. Yeah. Let's try. What's going on with this show? All right, here we go. So I just want to remind you who Trayvon Martin is. It was I think it was in Atlanta. It was in Georgia, and Trayvon Martin was shot and killed by the white Hispanic. His name was Zimmerman. The reason is because the white Hispanic was a what do they call that, neighborhood watch guy, and he saw him cutting through saw Trayvon Martin cutting through the hood, and he was trying to investigate. Trayvon Martin turned around. He was going to the store to get some Skittles and some cough drops, to help his mom. By the way, you mix the two together to get high. That's what that's all about. But
wait, what? Wait, what?
Trayvon Martin was just going to the store to get some Skittles
and cough syrup or cough drops.
The cough syrup, like NyQuil.
Cough syrup, okay, can get you high.
Yeah.
Well, I got to try that.
Anyway,
I got to try that. I got to try that.
It's so. They started fighting. He got Zimmerman on the ground, and he was bashing Zimmerman's head. He had him by the hair, and he was bashing his head into the ground, almost to the point of unconsciousness, when Zimmerman pulled his gun and shot him and killed him. And you remember all the riots and everything there was about that? Yeah, same sort of situation. But he named that guy. He just named that guy. The Ferguson, California deal with the guy, hands up, don't shoot, came from that.
Brown.
The guy tried to wrestle the gun away from the cop. He was shot.
Brown was his last name. Yeah, that's right.
Right here. That was the first shot. Right here. You know why? Because he was charging.
Yep.
But we always leave that part out.
Wasn't it Scott Brown? Michael Brown.
It was Michael Brown, I think. Hands up, don't shoot. So let's continue with the good Reverend as he does he's trying to do his best Jesse Waters impersonation and the race hustling poverty pimp that he is.
Jesse Jackson, you mean?
What? Yeah. Who did I say?
Jesse Waters.
Oh,
Fox News host. Yeah,
whatever. That's all the same.
No, it isn't. Not even close.
Okay, Al Sharpton. You just got to mess up his hair.
Okay, there you go. Let's go, Sharpton.
It showed us that they did not listen to the law. It showed clearly that a judge interfered in this process. It showed very clearly that a black boy was allowed, not one black soul on a jury.
His defense had the right to put one on there.
All
exactly right.
Convicted him in 2 to 3 hours.
We know because the evidence was so overwhelming.
They had video.
They
actually had video of it. That's right.
But we know that the Next Generation Action Network put
what a clown.
$1,000 towards an appellate attorney.
What a piece of shit.
And we will fight Collin County like hell. Yeah. I respected this process. I allowed and called for peace in this process. But Black America should be.
Did he say I allow and call for peace?
Yep.
You're allowing it?
Past tense.
Oh, gotcha.
I'm only an advocacy leader. I'm not an attorney. I can only help families be able to navigate these processes when they find themselves in this type of situation.
Well, you won't find yourself in this type of situation if you're not stabbing people in the heart.
Are you sure that's a reverend? Are you
Yes.
sure he's a
He said
man
he was
of
at the
cloth?
beginning. He
Did he?
said in the beginning that's who he was. That's who he said he was.
There's a special sauna set aside in hell for these people who race bait like this and make their money off of just fanning the flames. Fanning the flames. That's what they do. I'm telling you, it's not going to be pretty for them.
Oh, yeah.
I pray
Now,
that they turn
here's-
from their wicked ways and they turn their lives around. They ask for forgiveness for all that they've done, all in the name of God.
Here's the
I pray they do.
Here's the family members having a barbecue outside the courthouse.
Are they? I throw a
Wait-
little cue. What a party.
Waiting on the decision.
The verdict. Okay.
Only some of the family members of the victim. Such wonderful citizens, aren't they? Obama is still an idiot as well. That's what John Bolin says in the comment section. Aren't they just? I mean, these are great people. These are salt of the earth. Says Carmelo Anthony breaks down in tears. You can hear inside the courtroom. His bond has been extinguished, and he's in custody of the Collin County Sheriff. In other words, he's going to the big house.
Oh yeah, yeah. Not being released on his own recognizance. You've been found guilty. You're ours for the next 35 years.
Yes. Do not pass go. Do not collect.
Or until some piece of crap judge comes in and releases you early, and for some reason, which could be a possibility. Come here, Spike. This is why my dog paws at me, because he's not used to me doing shows at night. Come on, look. Anyway, come. He hates going on camera, apparently. Anyway, he's pawing at me because it's that time of night. At first, he has to eat right around 5 o'clock. And then about an hour and a half, 2 hours later, he's pawing at me to go outside because I've ruined him. And he knows that when he goes outside and comes back in of his own accord, he gets a greenie.
Oh.
Good boy. Good boy, Spike. I love my dog. I love dogs, period. I can't imagine life without them. I had a little encounter, by the way, a couple of days ago with some goofball at a party who was throwing a fit, who showed up with his St. Bernard, who kept losing its dumbass mind over my dog Spike being there. My dog, my little dog, and the St. Bernard wouldn't leave it alone. And this guy's screaming at me. And while his dog is like losing his mind and going out of control, and he's screaming at me about it. I'm like, control your dog, buddy. Control your dog. We were both invited to this party, and these are my friends. They know everywhere I go, my dog goes with me. He's a little guy. Control your dog and stop screaming at me. There's children around here. Curb your obscenities.
Yeah, right.
That's
Some
what
people just
happened.
can't help
That just
themselves.
happened at a party this past weekend I went to.
People can't
Anyway.
control themselves. Speaking of
Sorry.
not controlling themselves, I thought I had some video of it, but I don't, and I probably should. I'll go find it for my show tomorrow. But over in Great Britain, there was another stabbing.
Oh yeah,
They tried to behead
Nowak.
No, there was another stabbing today. This refugee tried to behead killed and almost beheaded a 15-year-old kid, and the country's in chaos. They're actively raiding immigrant hotels right now and dragging people out to the street. They're setting neighborhoods on fire. Yeah, in Great Britain right now over this. Oh yeah,
That is happening right now.
that's happening
for
right
sure.
now. Yes.
You
Oh yeah,
saw
there's.
the
I
you
saw
saw the big protest of 1.5 million people, something insane like that, in London,
Yep.
protesting against all the immigration ridiculousness, and actually hitting the streets. And there wasn't just white people, all different colors. People are sick and tired of being told that you're not welcome in your own frickin' country, and that you have to change to comply with those who are coming in illegally. All Islam, all wanting to do Sharia law, all molesting your own women, your daughters, your wives, your girlfriends, and they can't even walk on the streets anymore. And the people of England finally have woken up and have had enough, protesting about the police arresting these people for even posting anything against this immigration on Facebook. They're showing up at their houses, arresting them for posting. Yeah, this has got to stop. Something that simple will get you arrested. In England, this is going on. Who would have thought? But the people are finally rising up. Talk about
Yeah,
numbers too big to ignore.
Yeah. I'm looking to see if I could
What's
find
his name? Michael, the guy who's really been spearheading a lot of this.
I know who you're talking about, but I don't
What a
remember
stud.
the name.
What a stud. Can you imagine the death threats and the threats from the government he must be getting
Oh
for
yeah.
daring to encourage these people to come out and let your voices be heard?
I was trying to look and see if I could find real quick one of the people that I follow that had it. And I'm not finding it.
Yeah,
But
no, please find it. I want to see it. I want to see it. Is this really happening right now?
oh, come on.
You could probably Google it.
Yeah.
I would, but you've seen how pathetic my computer is. That'd probably make the whole program
Yeah.
crash if I tried to do that.
I'm not finding it right now. I know I saw
Dang
it.
it.
Let me try one more. Let me try one more source here.
You can do it. Put your back into it.
Yeah, whatever.
So since this whole Texas thing has gone down, people in England, by the way, Jay Boland, is it that bad now? They can't even carry a pocket knife? I did not realize that either. And
Okay,
that's why
this is protesters have begun starting fires in houses linked to immigrants in several places across the UK. Whoops. What did I do? Okay,
dang it. So close. We were so close.
I got it.
Okay.
It's just not letting me pause the video. That's why. So there's the video. I don't think there's any sound. There's the video of fires breaking out. And the commentary have begun setting fires linked to immigrants in several places across the UK. That's
Holy
one of
cow.
them. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So that
they love to burn churches when they come into different countries. They love to burn churches. So I'd imagine we'll reciprocate by burning a few mosques.
Yeah, that was at 4:52 p.m. That's when that was posted. So give you an idea of what's going on there.
See you, Mike Staggs. Good night, buddy.
Anyways, so that's happening. So we're about to have our own summer of love. So it's going to be great. It's going to be fun. At least you'll be able to, cook some hot dogs and bring the kids out, and maybe some transvestites will read stories and stuff. It'll be wonderful.
Kids, I'm sorry. Mommy and daddy have worked very hard this year, but with the fuel costs here in California, we're not going to be able to buy fireworks this year. We are instead going to go downtown and watch the riots. Yay!
And they'll all have the fireworks because they're paid for by your local NGO.
Yeah.
They won't be up in the air though. They'll be bouncing down the street, blowing up by the police. It's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good. Anyways, so you got any parting thoughts today?
I do have a parting thought. I want to appreciate, I don't remember who it was now at this point, pointed out the video you showed of Vice President J.D. Vance, the skinnier version. And somebody commented that they liked the chubby version of J.D. Vance. And then somebody else commented that he's lost a considerable amount of weight. He must be taking the chocolate sauce that makes your pants fall off.
And Marine in the Woods stated earlier that his wife, who, by the way, is killing it right now in Nueva, I'm telling you, she is killing it, gave one of the Elevate, and I'm starting to take Elevate myself, gave one of the Elevate to one of her friends, and One Elevate changed her life. She's fired up, ready to go. That's not an uncommon response to Elevate, by the way. It is that big of a deal to people. It is really that big of a deal. It's mind-boggling, as Rush used to say. So, anyways, yeah, we got a lot of things happening. By the way, watch for the release of a Zoom that's being put together by myself, so you can find out about this company. Charlie's going to be talking about it. I'm going to be talking about it, and but if you want to get your hands on these products, I don't have a link up, so you can't.
What do you got to lose? NewWaveOfLife.com.
Right there. There's a link right there. Or you can send me a message, or you can send Charlie a message, whatever. You can patriotmikeshow@gmail.com, and we'll get you in. We'll get you the chocolate sauce makes your pants fall off. $315 to $255 since October-ish, whenever the product came out. I mean, that much weight. That's me. I'm talking about me. Size 44 to size 40, and 40's loose on me.
Congratulations, man. That's awesome.
That's why I call it the chocolate sauce makes your pants fall off, because literally you got to go buy a new wardrobe. The only side effect is you got to buy new clothes because yours don't fit you no more.
I was talking to somebody else at that party I was at, standing in line waiting to get some of the food. It was a catered event. It was really good. And she was
he goes
heavy.
to all these highfalutin parties. I see how
I do.
it is.
Absolutely. I get invited to only the best, only the finest rednecks invite me. But she was heavy, and she was talking about it, and I said, "Oh man, you look fine to me." And it's just all about who you are and who your heart is, or what your heart is, and hopefully you have a healthy heart. That's why you worry the most, not so much how you look. Is your heart healthy? How long are you going to get to stick around? And even if you do live a long time, how are you going to be able to move around? What's your body going to be like? Think about that, not so much about how you look, and the rest will fall into place. And she was saying, well, I'm actually, all my friends are taking these shots.
Bad idea.
And I said, please don't.
Side effects. My goodness.
Please don't do that. None of that is worth having a little, and it is temporary. Everybody goes off those shots, boom, they balloon right back up again. It's all it does is curb your appetite and increase your metabolism a little bit, and you can do that with cocaine. So
you could. Not recommended, but you could. I know what you can do. You could take a spoonful of the chocolate sauce, chocolate raspberry pudding, somebody referred it to. I call it ice cream topping, but if you put it on your ice cream, it kind of negates that diet thing. But you
sugar-free ice cream.
You could take a spoonful of it every day. I've been doing it since October. No side effects, just a spoonful of goodness, and it melts that belly fat away. Just your pants just won't stay up anymore. You got to cut notches in your belt. It's a great deal. It's good, except you got to buy new clothing, which is expensive. So
yeah, that's not that's why you shop at thrift stores like I do. But that's not all they have. And what I love most about the company, and I'm so glad to be a part of it with Mike, and hopefully with you too, is American made.
Yep.
Made right here with the American ingredients. They're very big on that. And I love
not only
that.
is it American made, but we have on board with the company a scientist. She calls herself a formulaologist. And she creates some of these formulas for some of these products herself. And let me tell you something, they get approved overseas before they get approved here. They're so clean, and there's such pure ingredients and stuff. It's fantastic. You got to check it out.
It's growing like crazy.
And people are asking me now, as I'm getting people started, stuff like, so how does it work? What's in it? I don't have any idea. I don't know. I'm not that person.
But you don't even have to, because it's right there on the website.
Yeah,
all
they'll tell you,
but
as if I understand what all that means. I don't care. I was 315 and now I'm 255. I wing a bat, eye of newt. I don't care. I've lost weight.
Well, let me tell you,
but some people do care. Some
I
people
read
do care.
labels. I read labels and I read ingredients, and it's all natural stuff. I don't see things I can't pronounce, much less spell. So it's all at nuevalife.com.
I
If you
can't
want to,
pronounce it and I can't spell it, but that's a whole different thing.
there's a little QR code right there. You can aim your phone at, beep, and it'll take you right. That's to my page. If you want to help out and be part of it, and you'll get a nice little discount using my name, Charlee Simons, CharleeSimons, as a promo code.
We got 3 new products coming out in July.
Nueva Life.
And that is 2 sports drinks, 2 electrolyte drinks, 2 different flavors, and a probiotic. It's a probiotic and a prebiotic.
Oh, that's cool.
That's combined, and it's a powder, because I got to try it. And when you put it on your mouth and you get it, mixed up, it tastes like strawberry creamsicle. I mean, for real. So you take it every day. It's good for you. Kids, it's everybody can, the family can take it, and it gets your gut health and all that stuff. People are really into the gut health stuff, and it's going to be relatively inexpensive. So, and we have several more products coming out down the pipeline, because I was sitting with a couple of the owners of the company as they were talking about some of the stuff, which my ears weren't supposed to hear. I know. And so I can't say, because I'm sworn to secrecy, but you guys need to get in this company, because it's gonna blow your mind what they got planned. So
I hope you do. And you can at nuevalife.com/Charlee Simons, or through Mike. Mike's the one that introduced me all to it, and he's gracious enough.
Go ahead and sign. If you haven't purchased a product,
he's gracious enough to try and help
sign
me
up with
start
Charlee.
build the business, and I appreciate it, Mike, very much.
And you could be a customer. You don't have to be you could just be a customer. It's fine.
Exactly.
But if you want to make,
and here's the best part: if you've experienced anything like this, and you're like, "Yeah, no, that sounds multi-level. I'm not involved in any of that." There is no requirement for purchasing a certain amount of any product per month. I hate that.
Me too.
I hate that, and I do believe that's about to become illegal. Thank you, President Trump.
They're actually shut down a couple of companies.
Thank you, RFK Jr. Thank you. Thank you, President Trump.
They've shut down. Let me tell you something. I don't know how many of you have been in these type of companies or are in this type of company right now. Maybe you're dabbling with it or whatever. Maybe you're highly successful in it. The regulation coming down on self-consumption model, that means the company forcing you to buy product, they're shutting that down. They're shutting that down. That's a big deal. Watch that. That's a big deal right now.
Yeah.
The government is changing their position on that. So that's why this is a better model. If you want to know, I'm not going to get into explaining here, but if you want to know this model, send me a message. We can talk about it. I could do a Zoom with you. We can talk about it, and it's fine. Tell me you saw it on the Charlee and Mike Let's Talk About It show, and I'll make sure Charlee gets the credit for it. So
thanks, buddy. What's your email address for people to get in touch with you?
PatriotMikeShow@gmail.com. Simple as can be.
Not the Patriot Mike Show, just Patriot Mike Show.
All one word. Patriot Mike Show@gmail.com. All one word.
Yeah. And if you want to get a hold of me or reach me or find out more about the shows I do at rumble.com/do not talk and many other places, there's my website right there with all the information, how to find me. Right.
Absolutely. Somebody says Brondo. Something like Brondo. It has electrolytes.
Oh, because it has electrolytes in it.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what has
I love that
movie.
We need to have you know what we should do one Tuesday night for anybody who hasn't watched that Idiocracy. We should do, I don't know what the copyright is for that. We should do one Tuesday night.
Do that.
Just an actual screening of that film. And us down in the corner, like Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Yes.
Good comments on it. Come on, let's do that.
I don't think we could do that. That's probably pushing it just a little too far.
Just
Just
do
a
it
bit
and
outside.
beg forgiveness later. That's
Yeah,
all you
yeah,
do.
they
What
shut
do
us
you get? A
down.
cease and desist? So what? Okay, we won't do it again. Idiocracy is the movie that we're referencing, and of course Jay Boland is. As well.
Idiocracy is not family friendly. I'm just saying.
It is not. He's
not.
absolutely right, but it
So-
is very prophetic. I believe that unless we have a major change and shift in direction, we're headed for that.
And me and Charlie would be the smartest people on earth. Let's get
Smartest people on earth. Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you very much for your time.
I
Thank you
ain't
for your
never
attention.
seen no plant grow out of no toilet. Anyways.
Please like this show wherever you're watching it right now. You help with the algorithms, and share it. And if you comment, not just in the chat room, but actually comment down below, say howdy. It all works with the algorithms. And best thing you can do is share. When we're live right now, but when we're done, it will post and it'll be up there on all of our pages, Mike's and mine. And share these shows. Let other people see them. If you had a good time, if you learned something. If not, go ahead and pretend and act like you did and tell us how wonderful we are in the comments. Thank
And
you.
don't just share it with your friends, share it with your enemies. They need truth too. Okay.
Point. Very good point. All right, brother. Checking out from the comedy capital of the world, commie, not comedy, California.
Yeah.
I'm Charlie
And
Simons.
from God's country, Patriot Mike, and we're out of here.
Mhm.
Charlie and Mike. Charlie and Mike. Talk about it. Tell the truth. God and country in the booth. We stand strong. We hold the line. Won't shut up. Not this time.